All right, so here we've got an interest problem. So it says Fran receives $153 per year in simple interest from investing $1,900. Part is invested at 7, part is invested at 8, and part is invested at 9%. There's $100 more invested at 9% than 8%. Find the amount invested at each rate. So first, first things first, get on the page. But after that, we need to write what each one is. So let's let x equal the amount at 7%. And again, remember, when we put it into an equation, we have to do that. And then our y is going to be the amount at, and then that's going to be 8% or 0.08. And z is going to be the amount at, and the last one there is 9%, and that's 0.09. Okay. Now we know that in total it invested $1,900. So that means x plus y plus z equals 1,900. And we know that if we take and multiply all those together, 0.07x plus 0.08y plus 0.09z, that's going to be equal to the total received, which is $153. And the last one says there's $100 more invested at 9 than at 8. So we're going to say Z is equal to 100 plus Y. So there's $100 more invested at 9. So we're going to have to add $100 to the 8 to make it equal to the 9. Okay, so that's going to be our three equations. Now what we can do is we could do matrices or we could do uh, um, just solving equations and doing it that way. So if we do matrices, we're going to have to rewrite this as an augmented matrix. All right. So if we do that, we're going to get 1, 1, 1, 1,900. And then we're going to get 0.07, 0.08, and 0.09, and we get 153. Now here, we're going to have to take this y over, so there's no x's. Y is -1, z is +1, and then we have 100. Okay. So now what we have to do is we have to, again, plug that into our matrix, do the row reduced echelon form, and then that will tell us what each of the values are for x, y, and z. So let's go get our calculator and we'll do it the easy way. And this one, it didn't say which way we had to do it, so let's go ahead and do it, as easy as possible here. So it's a 3 by 4. And so our values were 1, 1, 1, and then 1,900. And then we had a point oh 0.07, oops, not times, enter, and a point oh 0.08, and a point oh 0.09. And then that was the 153 that we made. And our bottom row was a 0, a -1, a 1, and a 100. All right, so now I think everything should be typed in here, right? So let's do row reduced echelon form again. And so what it says is we're going to invest 600 at the 7%, 600 at 8%, and 700 at 9%. So going back over here, what we have is X is equal to $600 at 7%. Y equals $600 at 8%. And Z equals $700 at 9%. Now, let's do the check to see if that works. Does 600 plus 600 plus 700 equal 1,900? Well, that's 1,200, and that's going to give us 1,900. Now, 3 is going to be easier. So is 700 equal to 100 plus 600? Yep, pretty easy on that one. Now we're going to take 0.07 times 600 plus 0.08 times 600 plus 0.09 times 700, and that should give us 153. All right, so let's go test that out on our calculator. So we're going to take 0.07 times 600 plus 0.08 times 600 plus 0.09 times 700, and it should be 153. It is. And therefore, all of them check out. And this is the actual values that were invested at each of the amounts. All right, so that's all I have for this section. Hopefully that helps.